Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Big Talk on Global Televisions, where we'll be taking a look at big political talk. Tonight, we'll begin that the All Progressive Congress has said that the inability of Senator Mohamed Dume to assess President Bola Tinubu cannot justify his declaration that the president had been caged. The party, in a statement by its National Publicity Secretary Felix Morka on Saturday, reacting to the comment credited to Dume, the chief whip of the Senate, saying that President Bola Tinubu has been caged and slammed the lawmaker. Dume, while saying that securing financial autonomy for local government was the greatest achievement of Tinubu since he assumed office in 2023, also said that he was unaware of the existential challenges in the country. The latest outburst in the media by the senator representing Borno South and chief whip, claiming that the president has been caged, has brought a lot of reactions, even some plots by some pro-senators to the president in the move to suspend Senator Ndume. All of these has been what is at the front burner in National Assembly. And this boils back to freedom of expression. And we understand that that is the chief whip of the Senate and one who is passionate about All Progressive Congress succeeding. My guest tonight is also an APC chieftain who also understands the party politics and, of course, has witnessed the last 8 years of All Progressive Congress government in this country. What makes the difference? Over time, we've heard caging of president, we've heard issues of Muhammadu Buhari was caged, and now there are also allegations that the president seems not to be very available to ministers, to be available to senators, to be available to everyone who feel they have what to also tell the president in respect to the country's development. My guest tonight is Momo Daniel, who, of course, APC chieftain, who joins us live on the program to look at this issue. Good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening and good evening, viewers.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, I think to start with, I don't see any reason why Senator Ali Idume to complain of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu being caged. Because of this, the senator is from Borno State, where the vice president hails from. And the vice president, to the best of our knowledge, and the way he stands today in Nigeria, there is no evil rumor that there is differences between the office of the vice president and the president. They work as presidency. They work as family. They don't even have any differences. And I'm surprised and equally disappointed by Senator Ali Idume. He is one of the most ranking senators in this 10th assembly. And if Idume is coming up with this, to the best of my knowledge, I think Senator Ali Idume is distracting Nigerians from the burning issues. There are a lot of issues that Idume or the 10th assembly, the Senate, ought to have been addressing, not him telling us that President Bola Tinubu has been caged. Nobody can cage president. He's not a minister that will be reporting to the president day in, day out. He is a lawmaker, for God's sake. He is a senator. His business is at the National Assembly, at the floor of the Senate. Yeah, he has been making a very robust contribution from inception to this moment. But this line is towing today is towing the wrong path. It should stop distracting Nigeria. It should stop distracting Nigeria because we have a lot of burning issues. There are threats here and there. There are economic hardship here and there. We expect Idume to even put one of this topic at the floor of the Senate. Because of we the masses, we have seen him as one of us, time immemorial. Because of he always speak power to the truth and truth to power. But this line is towing today. I think the publicity secretary of APC have done well to have condemned Idume's action, for he to have come to the public that the president of Federal Republic of Nigeria is being caged. For God's sake.
Now, I mean, just in a second. Senator Ndume is one of the finest senators in APC. And most often times, the essence of democracy is freedom of expression. Are you condemning? Are you also joining your voice? I understand your party have spoken out, have taken a stand on that issue. That a senator who is trying to see what he can do in respect to calling Mr. President to some of the attention. I feel his angle of probably engaging the president might be the way that you have to open doors for your ministers to come give you an update, not some certain block of people who are in the presidency caging them, because that's the concern. And many Nigerians just want to see a transparent, a leadership displayed by the presidency, because that's what they promised Nigerians. Things are not going on well in the country. People want to see things work. Is caging the president the way forward for your party?
That is far from the reality. No minister has made any comment or
they may be afraid,
rumor.
They might be afraid to say.
No. Every minister have the access to Mr. President. Every minister have access to Mr. President. And what we are even challenging the ministers, they should come up with robust practices of their ministries. Let them be telling Nigerians what they are doing, what they have done, what they have achieved journey so far. And like Idume's case, I think to the best of an, Idume should not distract Nigerians. He should not distract Nigerians. If a minister is coming up with such an allegation that I'm being caged not to see Mr. President, then we can be discussing, yes, our president has been caged. But on this note, there is no outer of truth that the president has been caged, because there are many forums that Senator Ali Idume can communicate to Mr. President. For God's sake, he's a city senator. He's a city senator. He's even a caucus member. He's the chief whip of the Senate, of the 10th Senate. There are numerous ways for him to access the presidency. The vice president is there. He's from his home state. You have a lot of power that be that they are from his home state. He's a very powerful senator and one of the most influential senator in this 10th assembly. So he should stop distracting us.
Does this look like an attack on the Southern presidency? Because we have seen Arewa youth supporting the senators and also calling on the president and those who are condemning the voice of the senator to be the fact that he should allow the voices to reign. We've seen the Northern elders also supporting this move. Does it look like the North has, for him to speak, he may be speaking the voices of the North, or this is just his personal view, the fact that the presidency is not open to the Northerners, to your assessment?
I think we disagree with that, because of if the North wants to speak in this 10th Senate, Idume is not the highest ranking senator from the North. And they have a spokesperson in the Senate who will speak and who can speak for the North. And if the North want to speak, the Northern Elders Forum, they are independent body. They have been speaking. They will not speak through Idume. You can fact check those facts. They are out there. The Northern Elders Forum are a group of responsible elders who have been speaking to issues. Until this moment, they continue speaking to issues. And we expect Idume to speak to issues based and a way forward. Not he coming with the Northern youth supporting Ali Idume. That is their opinion. They are very correct. They are right to support Idume. But as it stands, if Idume wants to speak with the president or the presidency, there are multiple channels. There are multiple channels. And that should not be a topic. That should not be an issue for us to be debating or to be discussing. Because of I can't even imagine a ranking senator of Idume's status is coming so cheap to be telling Nigerians that it's big cage not to access Mr. President. How?
The reason I'm asking that question is, a few months ago we had how Senator Ningi was suspended on the grounds that he makes some allegations of padding of budget and all of this. That many Nigerians were applauding for the senator to speak out. in this direction, what is your judgment? Because it looks as if this is another senator from the North
Senator
also trying to
Nigi's
get-
suspension was the business of the House. Senator Nigi's suspension was the big business of the House. And Senator Nigi's suspension has nothing to do with the northern senator or the southern senators. Because of when Nigi was suspended, the deputy Senate president is a northerner. And most of the northern senators, they were all sitting there. If it was a northern agenda, you would have seen those senators, they have equal right, they have equal vote. You would have seen the northern senator rising up and supporting their own. Okay, this is a northern agenda or this is a northern stand. For Nigi to be suspended successfully without a rancor, without a distraction of the business of the House, that is to tell you that the House is united, unanimously. When the Senate president pronounced his suspension, you saw the 109 senators, those that present, there was nobody that was against it. That was the decision of the Senate. It has nothing to do with northern senator or southern senators. The decision was, he has raised an allegation. The Senate said, no, this allegation
was not the business of
was false. This is not the channel for you to have raised such. And for you to have done this, this is the penalty. And he even went to court. But today, he has been called back. And if the North want to speak to the president or to the presidencies, they have a lot of channels they can speak through.
Now,
not through the Senate.
Now, I mean, are you trying to give credence to the fact that they should silence those who want to speak? This is 1 year of Tinubu's in office. It seems things are not going well. We've seen voices even of the young people who are already perceiving, already threatening to protest about issues of costs of governance, issues of inflation, and all of those things. So people want to speak. People want to get the attention of the president because it seems and looks like to Nigerians that the president is not aware of many of the realities on ground. Your assessment, the president we have in Aso Rock, does he understand what Nigerians are going through? Prices of foodstuff are increasing every day.
The president is in Nigeria. He lives in Nigeria. And nobody will tell any Nigerians that the president is not aware of what is happening in Nigeria.
But as a father, what you ought to do?
What the president needs to do, the president's policies and decisions, most of the policies are somersaulted policies. Most of the decisions are coming. That is right decision at the wrong timing, and wrong timing in the right decision. That is what has been the problem in the last 1 year. And the way he stands today, one of the biggest problem Nigeria has is the hike in the prices in our commodities. And this president have a solution to this. While he was coming aboard, and he promised Nigeria to create a commodity board that where those prices can be regulated or where those prices can be discussed. And where this problem came from is that you allow a farmer to spend maybe 6,000 in farming and bringing his goods to the market. He now say, okay, I'm selling my goods. I spent 6,000 in production. Okay, I need 2,000 as a profit. They now sold it 8,000 naira. Then, the man who has the final destination of the goods bought it 8,000 naira. He want to sell it 22,000 naira to make additional 14,000 naira profit. Now, will the farmer go back to farm, or he will now lay ambush to join that same business of buying at 8,000 and selling 22,000 naira? The commodity board is very necessary. It's what Nigerians need now. Yeah, there is price hike and there is hunger in the land. The president is aware of that. That was even the reason why the president gave palliative to the governors. And if you could remember, though I am not a spokesperson for the government, August 2023, the president doled out palliative through the governors to Nigerians. December 2023, the presidency doled out palliative to Nigerians through the National Assembly, the Senate, and the House of Reps. And now, all this palliative has not translated in any way to a positive impact. There is no positive impact in there. I'm even surprised this same route President passed to send palliative is still passing the same route now. The one he said before, to us in Nigeria, we see it as a voicemail, something that did not get to the grassroots. You are still passing through this same route to send this same palliative to Nigeria, which will end up in the governor's coffers and their political associates. There are some of those state governors who received palliative in 2023. To date, those palliatives are still in the warehouse. They have not even distributed them. They don't even see any reason or any need for them to distribute those palliatives because of they don't have where they will cut corners, where they will make profit out of it. Those are palliatives that are made for the poor. And these governors choose to keep them in reserve. They were not made to keep in reserve. So on this note, I'm even faulting President Ahmed Bola Tinubu for giving out palliative. Palliative is not what Nigerians need. We don't need palliative. This fund can be channeled into agriculture. At least we have 36 states. If we can dedicate 11 states or 10 states that, okay, this money, Sokoto, your responsibility is to produce onions. And Kebbi, you are to produce rice. Not this type of farming we did during the President Muhammadu Buhari in 2016 or 2017, while the then Lagos State Governor, Akinwumi Abode, and the governor of Kebbi State, Atiku Bagudo, approached CBN to give money for farming, that they want to farm rice, that this rice will feed the entire Nigeria. They end up tagging or naming this same rice Lake Farm, Lagos Kebbi rice. At the end of it all, they draw millions of dollars from the CBN. And today, we cannot even find this lake rice anywhere in Nigeria. Today, that farm is not in existence. And nobody is asking questions. We want Mr. President to be genuine, to be sincere, by approaching the Ministry of Agri and put these funds down. Let Nigeria